welcome back to Just Good Vibes. I'm here with my boy
Jason Andrew.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Beautiful atmosphere here at FancyFree, but a tough loss. Just talk about that game today versus West Ham.
We were impotent from start to finish. I don't really have anything to say about the red card. It was justifiable.
Yeah.
I can't say anything against it. But I don't even think it changed the tone of the game, the flow of the game. And I think we need to figure out, we have to be appreciative of how many players have been able to step up throughout the season and to give us some wonderful moments. And like you said, the atmosphere was amazing. And I think that's the best part about what we've been able to curate here. Howard, pull up. But like the atmosphere and the family vibe that we're able to curate, regardless of win, loss, or draw, it's still a love experience, right? And I think that it's been a great season, and I'm looking forward to us to seeing how far we can push Liverpool. It's still a title chase, right?
Yeah,
Dream,
we still got some spark in it.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Ethan walking off today? He got substituted and he got a little knock. Adding to our injury issues moving forward, something that we don't want. Just what are your thoughts on that?
Par for the course, man. I think like this season is just like an introduction to the young boy.
Yeah.
Like hopefully he's okay. Hopefully he just like felt a little something and he'll be back, right?
Right.
But like this year just been this year. Like so, I just want him to be okay because like this is just a learning. This is a stepping stone for him. That's all it is. That's all it is.
You got to think about how every injury is an opportunity for another player to step into that space and create a place in the squad. And Ethan and MLS have done that this season. Think about it from this perspective. We got $100 million that we've not expected, and that value only increases 100%. Going forward. So like, there's a lot of positives, net positives to take from the season. I just think, regarding the Sterling loan, if you want to go that far, that man has played a lot of football. That man has a lot of credentials, and we try to take market opportunity. It may have not worked in our favor, but guess what? At least we tried. The unfortunate part about that is that we put ourselves in a position with the Neto and the Sterling loans to not be able to get a Marcus Rashford, because we all knew that Man United situation was never going to be sustainable. But this is all hindsight bias. The fact that we were able to get a player for $100K wages, which is the same as Reece Nelson, who's still not available. I'm not going to say anything that's negative about Raheem Sterling. We tried to do something. We tried to outsmart the market. Last time we did that was Trossard.
To be honest, like to that point, like at the end of the day, we know we messed up in the summer. We know we messed up in January.
Yeah,
we didn't get who we should have got, regardless, and it's fine. We're rocking with who we got. So for everybody out here that's complaining about we should have done this, we should have done that, we know we should have done. Suck it up, and this is what we got for the rest of the season. So get behind your boys.
Yes,
that's what I'm saying.
What's the positives for today? On the field.
Positives.
I thought I was dropping the mic. Okay, my bad.
Okay.
Dramatic. What are the positives you think?
What are the positives?
Positives is, Mikel learned a couple things. He learned that, like, unfortunately we lost MLS today, but, like, Calafiori is just not the person to be on that. He's not the person. We love him going forward, but, he looks great on, like, a catalog, but come on. In a one-on-one situation, we can't trust him just yet. So we learned that.
What's scary? We played Calafiori at home. You would have thought with the crowd behind him, he would have presented better on a defensive front. Again, offensively, I think the way we've utilized some of these players has been the best way, right? Marino on as a sub. Now, mind you, I had no issues with him being a starter, but I think to some extent you need to whittle down other defenses and then allow a Marino to come in when people aren't as focused. Because guess what? If you're used to three small attackers, it's a difference to think about.
It's really like a whole.
When you have to think about a big target forward, right? So that would have been helpful to kind of keep the same formula of last week. It may have been frustrating to see no changes, but we did see an impact when those plays came on. Calafiori was impactful, but you realize there's a certain game state he functions best under. And it may have been better with 60 and 30 minutes left in the game than what we did with starting 100%. With him. And unfortunately, he may have to have a growing... His learning curve is going to be interesting because the physicality of the Premier League is getting him... Again, it happened to MLS too, right? The physicality got the best of MLS, and these are young players. My only concern right now is whether or not he can keep his head focused to be the starter going forward, right? Because I don't think Zinni is the actual starter in that position, regardless of what happens today.
Yeah.
All right.
What do you?
Might be our starter.
What are your thoughts on one positive? I think Ben White, seeing Ben White back. What are your thoughts on just seeing him back? At least getting a play back from injury.
Man, it's good to see those rosy cheeks again, boy. I love
Hey,
seeing
yo.
him, like running around. I got pause, I guess, Dame Dash. But but it's good to see Ben out there, and it's good to see him running around again. Like, and he had like a little chance at a shot. So like it's good to just like somebody who's both a good defender and also like very comfortable going forward too. So that's something. We got something.
To your point, imagine you just reminded me that Ben White is available. So even if we lost MLS, even if we are not too sure about Calafiori, even if we are aware that Zinchenko isn't the one, we still have options and depth in those positions. And I think that's the beautiful thing about having that much depth in the defensive end. Yeah. We've had to do the same thing in midfield. We're a little bit more sure than we used to be. Even J20 becomes a nice dovetail. We have underserved attacking options for years, and like you said, right, we are learning that that's been a mistake. 2 transfers windows right now, right? Summer and January. We should have addressed it in some which way, shape, or form. And positives, was that the point? The positives?
I guess that works.
Positives. This is a great community.
That's all it is.
Good people,
100%.
and like as much as like we get sad all the time, man. There's a lot of people that pick each other up. We
100%.
come out here, we win together, we cry together, we lose together, and that's, it is what it is right now.
To the point of community, shout outs to Sam, shout out to Lindsay. They're out in the Emirates. I know it wasn't the game or match that you wanted to experience on your first time out there. Happy birthday and all that. But it's great that we can have membership just be here present in the States and also be abroad and connect as well.
100%.
So I think that's the best part. Regardless of if we won today, the one thing that stands the same is this community. There's a really strong community.
Love.
Shout out to all Hanlons too. They pulled up. That's love.
100%. Moving to the next game, Wednesday, Nottingham Forest. They're right below us, I think. They're chasing us. What are your thoughts on that game coming up? Do you think we gonna figure it out by then?
I don't know if we'll figure it out, but I just want the boys to just I just want to feel like these boys are just gonna fight to the end, regardless,
Hopefully,
right?
yeah.
Like, we gave Liverpool a chance to like get some confidence back. Like if we'd have won today, I feel like they would have slipped tomorrow, and then we would have had we could have hunted them down now.
100%.
I don't know if that's the case now, but what I do think is and what I do want is for us not to just start to crumble.
That's the thing.
And give away to like
That
starting to
locker
slip
room,
up because we do have people behind us.
Yeah.
And like outside of that, we just do have that mentality that a lot of people look and like salivate over the idea of us being bottlers. Even regardless if we're second, even regardless if we have 15 injuries, they don't care. The haters are out there, and what I don't want the haters to be able to have is any meat for them to like grab onto. So that's where we at.
No, I wholeheartedly agree. Like you said. Go ahead.
Yeah. And lastly, Saliba at the end of the season. Do you think he's staying, or do you think he's moving on? Because Real Madrid is hunting him, and when Real Madrid go for someone, chances are they're gonna most likely get them. Do you think he's staying this next season, rather?
I think it's a hard sell for him. I do. I really think it's a hard sell for him. I mean, I think seriously, these last 10 games and what we do in the Champions League will decide a lot of that. Yeah. Unfortunately, he's going to get to see who's coming for him if we get past PSV, right? So that'll be something that like I'll hold my full opinion to until then. But as we know, he's one of those players that was like kind of jerked around, let's be honest, under this system. So as much as I know he loves Arsenal, he doesn't have that love as them Hell End boys like some other people. So I understand when he's got agents in his ear, when he's got legacy in his ear, you know what I mean? When he's got a team that did not do the business, let's be honest, they didn't do the business a couple times. He looks at that, right? And I understand that. I think he'll stay. I don't think he'll rock with us for another year, but I think it'll be one of those contracts where he's just let me see. Yeah. You know what I mean? But after that, I mean, if we're not winning anything,
I may
Hasta
not
la
agree with you on
vista.
that one.
Okay.
I may not agree with you. I think he leaves, and I have no issue
Yeah.
with him leaving.
Same.
The opportunity that Real Madrid has in the back line for him to replace
Wait, I
someone,
didn't say he was staying. I said I just think he might give us a year.
I don't blame him if he doesn't, and I don't blame if the new sporting director looks at it as a market opportunity to maximize how much we can cash in on him.
Oh, yeah.
Because Real Madrid
Like
are
100
notorious
mil
for allowing
plus.
these star players to run down their contracts and then getting them for frees. So I don't want to run that risk of a Trent Alexander-Arnold situation,
True.
right?
Straight
Because
to
Trent's
Real
about to go
Madrid,
there,
yeah,
and
for free.
Alphonso Davies was about to do the same thing, but he just re-upped in the last minute. So Lord knows what
Yeah.
changed there. If the Trent situation made him kind of reshift his focus,
Yeah.
I'm okay in us cashing out on having the highest sold central back in the world. We need some of those type of business decisions off
Summer,
field.
we gonna need that money to spend. to
Yeah,
top players.
but like when you don't have anything in your locker and you're doing
True.
business without having any awards, some championships, now you're thinking about the rest of the team crumbling.
And that's
so
fair.
that's the thing I think about when I'm selling. I'm like, how's the other team? Like you drop you know
You sell
when,
Saliba.
one of those people fall out of the thing
Yeah.
and that whole tower can crumble, right? That's where we're at right now.
You say
So-
that, but everyone has found their form and found their home here. Saliba can go anywhere. Gabriel, this is his home. Odegaard, this is his home. It's his team. Saka, we both know the same thing. Martinelli was a shooting star that was going to be Real Madrid bound too, right? Guess what? Forms dips, he's home.
For now.
I have to agree with the fact that we have to remember that it's a business.
Yeah,
and
no,
these players
agents,
are trying to
yeah.
maximize their career and earning potential. And I'm not saying that Arsenal aren't going to pay him top dollar. We're going to probably pay him as much as Real Madrid pays him. Because Real Madrid has to pay a transfer fee. It's not an Mbappe free transfer, then they can put the money back in his wages.
Yeah.
So the reality is whether or not he wants to play with half of the
No.
French national team.
To me, it's like
Or like get
reality
trophies.
is,
I think
do you
that's
want to
the
get a
thing.
trophy?
That's the thing,
Well,
yeah.
so is Arsenal
Yeah.
saying to the rest of the team, do we want to get a trophy?
That's the thing, yeah.
That's the
It
thing.
comes down to,
Again,
like,
that's what I'm
trophies
saying.
at the end of the
I'm
day.
like, do
From my
we
opinion.
want to get a
How
chip?
old is
Do we
Saliba?
want to get silverware?
And how many years does he have that he can be sold? Like, my thing is that I don't want him to walk away for free.
He's a center fullback. He's got many years.
Well, my point is that
Oh
Real
yeah, I don't
Madrid-
think he's gonna walk away for free. I think they're gonna spend that cash on
So
him.
the issue
yeah,
to me
no
is
doubt.
that no, in the sense that he has how many? He look at Real Madrid's back line. He knows where he's starting.
Oh,
I
yeah,
can't
100%.
blame
He
you
gets
for
in that
seeing your
lineup
role
any
now.
day.
Alaba's not going to be it. Rudiger's getting
Yeah,
older, right? The
they're all
Asensio
injury
kid is pretty
prone.
cool. Militao's ACLs
injury,
are
yep.
like, dude.
So
Right,
he
but
know
we're-
he's starting.
Nobody's arguing that he's not going to start.
Yeah, it's
like,
like-
no, it's not that. He's
It's the
starting
trophies.
already.
If
so
we
it's
would
not-
win, if we would win trophies, he would
Yeah,
stay. I would
exactly.
agree with
So I
that.
think it's
but
like
we're not
that.
winning.
Right,
So I think
so-
he's gonna go somewhere that he sees
No,
players
so
his
that's
age.
what I was saying.
That's
Like,
in my
so
opinion.
I understand that. I understand that too.
But-
That's what I agree with. All I'm saying is, it's on Arsenal to show everybody else on this squad that they want to win.
Yeah,
if they
that's
sell
the thing.
him.
The summer, they have
now-
to put in money,
now,
spend,
now
bring
you're
in some
saying, you know
players.
what? We're about that bread too.
Oh,
because
that's
tell
fair,
tell
too,
me
yeah.
where you're gonna find another Saliba. Tell me.
Yeah.
It's not